Long ago, in the green valleys and riverbanks of Mindanao, there lived the Kolibugan and Subanen communities, whose lives were deeply bound to the rhythms of the land. The forests rose high and thick around their villages, and the rivers shimmered with life. Every morning, the elders would wake before dawn, offering prayers and remembering the wisdom of their ancestors, for they believed the land was not theirs to own but a sacred trust to be cared for. For centuries, they tilled the earth in harmony with the forest. The Kolibugan farmers practiced a way of farming called swidden, where small patches of land were carefully cleared, crops planted, and later the soil allowed to rest. Smoke often rose in the distance, drifting slowly into the bright tropical sky as rice, corn, and root crops grew under the sun. Their children learned early how to work alongside nature, never taking too much, never forgetting to give back. Life was not only about farming. It was about stories, songs, and memory. At night, when the moon was high, the elders would gather the young ones and tell them of their ancestors' journeys, of spirits in the forests, and of the great rivers that carried people from faraway lands. Scholars who traveled into the villages listened with care, writing down the oral traditions, sketching the rituals, and capturing moments in memory so that the world beyond might understand the richness of their culture. The elders, proud yet cautious, shared their words, always reminding the listeners that a story was not merely a tale, but a living truth. As time passed, new influences reached their shores. Traders from the coasts brought woven cloths, spices, and stories of lands beyond the sea. The Subanen, who had long lived inland, began to weave their lives with those of the coastal Muslim communities. Markets grew vibrant with color, woven mats, pottery, and jewelry mingled with the aroma of food. Prayers rose from mosques, and festivals filled the air with drums, laughter, and dance. A harmony was formed, fragile but real, where faith and tradition met in daily life. But shadows soon stretched across the land. Spanish colonizers arrived with soldiers, crosses, and fire. Villages that once sat openly on riverbanks retreated into the forests. Wooden huts were built beneath thick canopies, hidden from distant patrols. From the hills, smoke could be seen rising from settlements under siege, and families whispered of raids that tore communities apart. The people learned to live between worlds, protecting their traditions while surviving under the gaze of powers they had not invited. And yet, even in those dark times, the people found light. Traveling scholars from distant lands arrived by boat, bringing not weapons, but verses of the Quran, words of wisdom, and new ways of prayer. Villagers gathered by the riverside as the scholars recited in a language both strange and beautiful. Slowly, the teachings blended into the rhythm of village life, not